Real woman, yes I am. Nothing fake, no, not a gram. Real soft and luscious lips. Yes, I'm rare like an eclipse. Real long and silky hair.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Drink Up. I am your host, Kemi, and today I'm accompanied by a very, and I mean very special guest. This will be our very first celebrity, Austin Bass. Wow. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, please.
Yes, of course. Hi, guys. My name is Malika Buz. I am a local rap star in Austin, originally from Kazakhstan, but now living the American dream in America.
That's awesome.
So happy to be here. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Thank you for coming here on the show today. I honestly, I was afraid you were going to say no.
Really?
It's like, I'm too busy today. I don't have time for that.
No,
you are so awesome.
Thank you.
Fun fact, I actually used to work with Malika. We first came together, what was it, at Moose Paw?
Yes, before COVID, right?
Yeah, it was before COVID. We met through the twins from episode 11. So I'm very excited to have you on this episode. Today it's all about you. We're going to be talking about your album, your music career, everything. And today we're going to do something simple, no hard liquor. We're going to switch it up because we've never done champagne on the show.
Oh, okay.
So,
trying something new.
Yeah, we're going to do mimosas.
Perfect.
And so we're just going to sip and talk, and I guess let's get started, shall we?
Let's
All right.
Wow.
And if you are drinking with us, ladies and gentlemen, please drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. And most importantly, please be of legal age to consume alcohol in whichever part of the world that you are watching. And the champagne that we're going to be drinking is, I can never pronounce this one, Moinetto Prosecco. I love this one, especially because I use it for a lot of mixing with any beverage of any sort. Let's try not to.
Yes.
Because sometimes it'll. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
We're celebrating today.
All right. Come on.
You got it.
I got it.
Your skills are being tested on camera.
Bartending skills on point. All right.
Great job.
Thank you. I was like, I still got it. And would you like, we are going to mix it with strawberry peach.
Yes.
Would you like that or some pomegranate?
Let's do peach.
Let's do peach strawberry. I've never tried this one. You could get it at your local HEB or Walmart, I believe.
I didn't know they made like a little mix like that.
Yeah, what is this? Tropicana. Tropicana? Is that how you pronounce it? I can't pronounce anything right today. But it's okay. So we're gonna take it easy, kick back, because who doesn't like a good mimosa, right?
Yes.
So cheers.
Let's cheers to a great podcast.
Of course.
And good luck and prosperity to our careers, respectively.
Agreed. Yeah, cheers on that. Would you like cherry?
Yeah, let's drop one in there.
Let's drop one in there. I say, yeah, let's make it fancy for sure.
Then we can play a game of like who fishes it out first.
I've had people like tell me, "Hey, why are your bartenders like using their hands on ice or anything like that?" And I'm like, "All right, we'll be more exact. So we'll be more proper and stuff." All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Woo!
Episode 12.
Episode 12.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, that's really good.
I like that.
Tastes really delicious.
Absolutely. This is definitely a Saturday type.
Kickback vibes.
Yeah, day drinking type thing, yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, thank you so much.
No, thank you. So I have a couple questions for you, Malika. I've come prepared for you. Because I was like, they gotta be good. So obviously you've been doing rap for a while now. How long have you been doing rap for?
So I officially started recording in 2019.
2019?
Yeah, like right before COVID. And then kind of like during COVID, I just like wrote so many songs and like, just like lyrically, it gave me a lot of time for creative flow.
Of course.
Yeah, and then after COVID, I would say I picked back up in 2021, and then that's when I like recorded a lot of my content now, like everything I got coming out. So I would say officially it was 2019, but I like to start at like 2021 because that's when I really like, got down to business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that was the proper time to start too, because things were a lot harder after 2020 beginning. As soon as lockdown happened, I mean, everything was a mess.
I was scared the world was ending.
Honestly, a lot of people were. Some people just were like, "Oh, the toilet paper incident where
Oh,
nobody
yes.
could even get one roll of toilet
Yes.
paper. You know?
Oh my gosh. People
Yeah.
are like scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a scary time
Yeah.
for sure. But what during 2019, what got you inspired to even start music, and why rap?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I would say let's go back to like the very beginning of my life. So when I was little, I always like loved poetry. So like for school, like we had to like recite poetry, and my grandma would always say it with your chest, you know. So I've always just like loved like memorizing, reciting. I even like wrote poems myself, like as a little girl, like at 7 years old in Russian because that's my first language. And I would write about like the boys I liked, you know, like sitting in the bathtub with like, Grandma, can you write me a paper and a pencil? And I would just go and like even my grandma said like, wow, like my poems were like from like an old soul, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, I really like poetry. So I've always kind of been passionate about it. It's not until like I came to America and like got introduced to the world of hip hop. I'm like, oh, this is dope. This is like, you know, really cool. The art of rap itself is poetry in a sense, you know, it's just like over cool beats that I really also like. It just kind of like makes you, you know, stand up, want to like dance and have a good time. And then I would say I loved hip hop. Like always been like a Nicki Minaj fan, just because around that time she was like the only like female rapper.
That was like above all.
And then me being new to America, I kind of like discovered like all the like previous generations of music like after. But I always like had a thing for just like rapping, and I remember I used to like try to rap her lyrics. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually keeping up. That's good, you know? For sure. And then I would say like it was like around 2019 when I just remember like getting tired of like a certain lyrical content that's like very like, you know, sexual, promiscuous and everything. Like, you know what, like I wanna write something, like I wanna, you know, I want to
change the rap game.
Yes, you know, like just as far as like creatively wise, and I just remember like getting tired, like you know, I'm gonna be the role model. I'm gonna look up to, you know, because I was always looking up to role models of like other female rappers, and like then I'll see them like get signed and they're getting their bodies done. Now they're rapping. Before they're rapping about, you know, education, you know, spiritual stuff, like good girl stuff, and then once they get signed, they like talk about twerking and like, you know, using guys for money, and I'm like, oh, this is not what I want to listen to. Because my thing, and I think the reason why I'm like very like positive with my music is I really believe in the power of our words. And I know like once we listen to something over and over again, it's kind of like you're training your mind, you know what I mean?
You're changing a little bit. Because and rap does have an influence upon the people that listen, of course. I agree. You know, the current, nothing against the current female rappers. Obviously, they're doing their thing, and they're, you know, they're living their life, and they're showing their way of living. But it's impacting the young mind as well.
Yeah, exactly. Which are like a sponge.
You know, they take it like a sponge, and you add aggression and negativity and you know, bad influence, and it, you know, encourages others to do the same thing, and that's where a lot of hate and negativity come into the world. So you come in with positivity in your rap as well.
Conscious.
Like,
that's what I like
conscious.
To call myself,
Absolutely.
Like
you know, peace and love and positivity. That's definitely a new impact that I think the rap game definitely needs, and especially as the first Asian, you know, rapper in America. I mean, you've come a long way. You know, coming from 2019, and you know, obviously your platform is it's pretty big.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like I'm still kind of small, like maybe because I have like really high goals, but I do appreciate you know, the recognition. Of course.
I mean, even regardless, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And you definitely have come up, you know, a long way in what is it? It's been like what, 4 or 5 years now, and that's a big say, you know. Do you ever like kind of look back from where you started and like just kind of like, wow, we really actually are doing something, we're changing?
Yeah, I would say even like living in America, because where I come from is Kazakhstan. I lived there until I was about 11 years old. So I felt like that was like a whole different life that I lived, and just like traveling back, like visiting my family and like seeing how, you know, my life could have been totally different. You know, I'm probably married with kids already, and like living like the traditional, like, you know, role of a woman from my country. But now, like because of the move that my mom made a long time ago, where she went out of our country to look for jobs at that time, and kind of met my stepdad, and they fell in love, got married, so now we live in America, and I'm like, wow, like I am like Kaza Queen living the American dream for real.
The American dream.
So I think like even my life here like is already like such a big like, wow, I feel so grateful looking back, where I come from. Like I remember growing up on like my grandparents' farm and like being like really grounded as a child, like playing outside all day, like helping with the farm, like picking weeds and like collecting berries and stuff.
That builds character too, and I think that with that character, does that ever help you in your rap as well? That character that from that little girl.
I think it like showed me humbleness, and just to like be really grateful for everything, because now I have this like contrast of a life that I can compare it to, so it just helps me keep positive, and I think that's why I can radiate that positivity to others, to like love your life, love the body that you were granted here on this earth, because at the end of the day I feel like we're all souls like living this human experience. So I think it's definitely helps me just count my blessings.
I like that. I like that. So obviously you've done a few performances in your life, in your career. What was it like doing your first actual like show, like on stage? You got the crowd. It's you and the mic.
Yes. So actually, that was around 2019.
2019.
Right.
Wow, you did a lot. 2019.
Thank you.
Starting and performing. Wow.
It was fun too because it was like right after I recorded my song, and then I actually was a model for South by Southwest.
Oh, wow.
It's called Spring Love. It's like a yearly show that this local promoter does. I don't know if you know him, Jonathan King.
I think I may have crossed the name a couple times.
He does a lot of shows around Austin. But I told him, I was like, hey, do you think I can perform? Like, I have this song. I sent him the song. He really liked it. It's like, yeah, I'll get you on. Like, if you want to just perform one song, like, we'll put you on there. And usually people, like, pay slots to be there, because it's South by Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
It's on 6th Street. It was at the venue on 6th Street. So I was like, you know what? That's awesome. And then I remember just coming out there. I was super excited. I did my thing. And I think after that, he told me, he's like, wow, like, that was your first performance? I couldn't tell at all because I was just ready. But I think I always had, experience being on stage because as a little girl, I used to do pageantry.
Oh, okay.
So I was Little Miss Kazakhstan 2005.
There you go.
Little Miss Europe, because to represent the country.
Yeah. So you weren't nervous.
Yes, I've always been like a love for the stage.
Okay.
And I remember even my first time on stage as a little girl, like you do get nervous, like before going on there, but like once you're there, like you're performing, you're doing your number, it's like you like the crowd kind of just falls away and you're like back in that moment of like, okay, I practiced this, okay, now this move, and you're just in the zone, you don't really like pay attention to the crowd. But yeah, my first performance was really fun, and I'm just like rocking it, I was dancing.
That's great.
And even now, like I don't really practice for my shows. I kind of just do it. Like it's so funny too because when I rap, like I could rap, like practice, but when I'm on stage, that adrenaline from like the attention on you, and then all this power you have like over the crowd, you're just like, I call it the Dragon Awakens.
The Dragon Awakens. I like that.
And I'm
I like that a lot.
This whole like personality, like that's different. Like right now, I'm like super bubbly too, but on stage, like when I'm rapping,
in the zone.
I'm just like going crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, like obviously you've done this for a while now. Like coming onto the show and performing. Do you ever get that feeling like you're gonna forget your words from your song, or have you memorized it enough to like, I got this. This is like speaking, normally.
Yeah, I say because I write my own music, it's like second nature.
Okay.
Because I already like came up with it here before I spoke it, and recorded it. And I only like to record my music once I like memorize all the lyrics, because there's just something different when you like know the lyrics and you know what you're gonna say, and then you just say it with your chest versus like, okay, this next bar, you're like reading, and it's
because I've seen some rappers too, like on the like when they perform, up and coming rappers, like they'll have their phone out and they'll rap with their phone. I'm like, you gotta practice at least a little bit.
And it also sorry, I got you off, but it just helps like the tone of voice that you say it. You just like push so much life behind it. So I think for me, I don't think I've ever like forgotten words. I may have like stumbled, like if I'm like really out of breath.
Yeah,
It actually takes a lot of stamina. To
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're moving
go
around
hard,
and you're singing too, so you're you're speaking at a more upper tone
Yeah.
versus like in the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're like you try to have your words be heard over, like in the crowd, on the mic. And sometimes different like venues will have some good sound systems, some not so good. So you have to like try to be extra loud so people can really hear. And I'm very lyrical too, so like I want you to catch every word I'm spitting to you, and I just spit.
And I've heard some of your rap. I've heard the song. It's Real, Be Real, right?
Yes, real from your head to your toes.
That one, when I took a quick listen as well, you were fast on that.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
Remembering, I give you big props too. I know they're your words, but like remembering every single word and then performing it live to to people. Especially Austin local, that takes a lot of guts, a lot of pride.
I appreciate it. I think I have like a skill for rapping fast because I remember like I used to like memorize lyrics like to Twista, like Overnight Celebrity, and I would get it down like as fast as him. So where, like I remember I like posted a TikTok and people were like, "Oh my gosh, how are you keeping up?" So I feel like I have like a good, I guess like muscle. Like I don't really know, but I feel like I can rap.
Yeah, because I mean, for some people, I mean,
diction, I guess.
Sometimes their minds move faster than their mouth, but you have like perfect, in sync melody tempo. Like it just rocks with you.
And it's so funny when you mentioned that song. So that song actually was like second take.
Really?
Yes, like ever, like in my life. Like I remember going to the studio, and then we just like ran through all the beats that the producer had, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that beat." So I already had lyrics written, and that's how I like to do it. Like I'll either write to a beat that I really like, or I'll just like come up with lyrics, and then that can go to like any beat. And I remember like, oh, this is a cool beat. I already have like lyrics ready to go. So I was like, all right, show me what you got. First time, I was like, you know what, do it one more time. Boom. Second take, knocked it out. Then like the hook, and then I just kept going. So we were done in like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, no, that song is, and it's actually, it sounds really good.
Thank you.
I mean, just even like already coming up with the lyrics. Do you think? I mean, the whole thing amazes me that you can already have lyrics prepared, and now you just have to find a match with the beat, and then mixing that flow. Did you already pre-plan like a beat for that rap when you wrote it?
When I first wrote it, actually was slower. I was actually in the shower, and kind of like playing around to the melody of the song. But then when I heard this beat, I just like sped it up, and the sped up version just like was just like chopping it up.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. So, that's really crazy. Do you think that's like majority of what rappers normally do, or is it like do you feel like that's your own unique style?
I'm not sure. I know a lot of other rappers, some even don't even write. They just kind of go in the studio and just come up with it. I'm very like poetic, and I feel like I'm a poet first, so I really like to take my time and really give a meaning to the message that I'm speaking. So I would say I'm not sure what others do, but I feel like I got my own style, But some songs, like if I hear a certain beat, it will like evoke something in me, like to sometimes to the point where I can't stop like writing the lyrics because it's just like coming out, from left to right, these like ideas. I remember one time I was like getting ready to go somewhere, and I had the shower on, but then this beat that I just found like right before was like I was going hard. I'm like, I have to get ready. I'm probably gonna be late, but I'm just gonna like finish this verse. And then once I finished this verse, I was like, all right, now I'm gonna practice this.
Jesus, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you just like sometimes like lyrics just come into your head, and you like write stuff down, and then kind of like build the song as you go. Yeah,
most definitely. And I like to sometimes if I think of like just the title of the song, like if it's something catchy, I would just write the title if I'm not like feeling creative. But if I'm in the mood, I'm like, you know what, let me go through like what I already have, and I'm like, ooh, this is a nice kind of topic that I could write to.
I like that.
And I just kind of like vibe out. But I can't force it. I've noticed that. Like somebody was like,
it's gotta come naturally.
Yeah, write a song about this. I'm like, you can't force it.
And that's another thing too of like, what's great is And I think that's what a lot of rappers, a lot of people like about rappers is when their songs come naturally versus like, you got ghostwriter. Like a lot of rappers have ghostwriters. But you, I mean, you're your own person. Come up with your own lyrics. You find a melody and you kind of like tweak the song for it to fit, which is like it's like a puzzle.
Yes.
Which I find that very unique because I like puzzles too. So just seeing you build a puzzle and also putting it as part of your life is amazing.
Thank you.
So you've already, I think you've already won. There's a lot of female rappers. I'm not a big fan of majority of our female rappers. But I mean, your music came up, and on top of that, you're Austin local.
Yes.
So you're repping Austin.
ATX,
Yeah. So that's a big thing, and you got Austin on your back.
Thank you so much.
And they support you all the way.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
And actually, can I tell you real quick a little story about that song, Real?
Yeah, absolutely.
So since I wrote it in 2019, right? This is back when I was blonde. And it was
I remember
yeah,
you blonde hair.
I was blonde. This is the old Malika.
Oh my God, we got a picture somewhere. We'll find it on our Instagram. Yeah, right there.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yes. Well, actually, it was more of like a fashion sense to me because my mom actually dyed her hair too. So I was like, you know what? Let me try it out, and I really liked the look. And then I remember performing it, everything was fine, and then COVID happened. And with blonde hair, like you have to keep up your roots, otherwise you start growing up. Yeah. And I remember 2020 happened, everything closed, and I just remember like my roots just growing out like a lot. And I had like an epiphany, like whoa, like I have a song called "Being Real," and over here I'm trying to like, oh, this is just a fashion choice.
I got to switch it back.
So I just had an epiphany, like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it real 100%, from my head to my toes.
Right.
And I just dyed my hair black. But once you dye it, like once you bleach your hair, that like the melanin particle, like it, bleaches it out, so you can never put that particle back in. But when you kind of color your hair, just coats it. And I remember all after 2021, 22, I just had like a line you could see of like my natural virgin hair versus like the dyed hair, and just like growing out,
so
growing out.
I mean, like that.
Yes.
I saw just a bit of your root.
Yes. Yeah.
I was completely blonde. I don't think. Did you see my blonde era?
I don't know. I don't think I did.
I had the afro. It was blonde. I'm gonna have a picture right here.
Exhibit B.
Exhibit B. Our blonde eras. We'll just have them out right here. We were. I'm pretty sure everybody has gone through a blonde era. If not blonde, red for sure.
Yeah.
And red wasn't my proudest moment. I've been called, because I had a whole afro, and I've been called the rooster, Rufio from Peter Pan. I've been called a flaming hot Cheeto. The names go on, and I was like, all right, you know what? This is the last time I'm doing
that. That's so mean, like that.
It wasn't as popular as the blonde. The blonde was like everybody wanted to touch.
Yeah.
The red, I look like Ronald McDonald. So it was not my best moment.
Yeah.
But it was an experience, and I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah. And you gotta experiment,
You got to. I mean, everybody goes to that phase, obviously.
Yeah.
So Malika, obviously, when you're not working and being a busy artist, what are you doing on your spare time? Like, what does Malika do on her free time? Does she go hang out? Does she go to bars? Does she go, tubing? What do you do?
Yeah, so I would say it varies by season. I would say summertime, like I'm definitely out on the water. Like recently, last summer, I like tried paddleboarding for the first time, and that was so amazing. I feel like I was a mermaid in my last life because I just love the water. Like I love oysters and seafood, So I just went paddleboarding. I actually lost a lot of weight doing it. So, and for me, I don't know.
Are we refilling, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, we are refilling.
That was really good, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I really like that one. I don't even think I want to touch the pomegranate.
Yes, and I don't know. It's just always been like a very like a cleansing, like nourishing experience. Like every time I go to the lake, or, out by the river. I know a lot of good hiking spots. It just gives me serenity.
Right.
But I would say, I don't know. I have like my extrovert days and I have my introvert days. So I would say when I'm feeling extrovert, sometimes like I'll go on dates.
Okay. Any lucky ones so far?
You know what? I just got on Bumble and it's a little bit overwhelming.
I heard Bumble kind of fell off. You should You should try looking at Facebook dating apps.
Oh, really? I've heard about that.
I've heard some good things of
Okay.
Facebook dating app.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Absolutely, there's some good things for sure, and it's free too.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Bumble will charge you like an arm and a leg, like
Yeah, especially if you want to like do the beeline.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, all right, let's see. Oh, he's cute. Okay,
Yeah.
to the right, like, oh, I gotta start. But I would say I do that. I'm definitely like a big family girl, so I'm just always like spending time with my family and my grandma, my mom, my uncle, my dad. They're like very important parts to me that I value and cherish every day. And they're like the fuel that keeps me going. Like my grandma's food is like delicious. She's in Kazakhstan right now for a month, and I'm like, I'm this grandma, I'm starving over here.
What about mom's cooking? How's mom's cooking?
Mom is like a business lady.
A business lady?
So
Okay,
she's
all right.
nowhere near the kitchen.
It's all grandma's cooking all the way.
Yeah, she definitely is the fire that kind of like keeps our family.
She's
cold.
Gotcha.
Now that she's gone, I definitely like feel her absence and how much she brings to us with her loving and care. But yeah, I actually do enjoy also, I don't know, sometimes I'll just drive around, I think I'm in my head a lot too, so that kind of gives me time to think, and then sometimes I'm feeling creative, I'll pull up in a really cool scenic overview and just do some rhymes. But a lot of the times you can find me in the gym.
Oh, wow, okay.
Gotta keep it strong.
I feel that.
But only during certain times of season, because it's summertime, I would rather get my workout in on the water.
Yeah. I think for me, I really enjoy working out during I haven't really done much working out. Clearly.
No, you look good.
I've been mainly drinking. But we're getting there. Trust me, we'll get in that Costa Rica bod very soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, working on
trip?
it. Upcoming trip.
That'll give you a good motivation.
Absolutely. Aside from that, I try to go to the gym during the winter time because that's when majority of people don't really go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's too cold. Everyone's too lazy, but I think that's the best time.
Yeah.
For me.
Except beginning of January.
January is
yearly goals.
Yeah.
And then January, the next week, everyone's all right.
Because during the summer, obviously the gyms are packed and everyone's trying to stay in shape or try to get in shape. Versus the winter, I could wear sweats and stuff, and I get more of a sweat under sweats.
Yeah, my uncle actually. He when he works out, he wears this bodysuit that's
I've heard of those. The sauna suits.
Yes, and actually it works really well. He'll come and
I've seen some miracle. Yeah.
All this water.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel walking around like a big old water boy. So I don't know. I felt like I had more of a more positive effect with sweats versus me sounding like a trash bag when I walk. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then after I just drain everything out, and then I go out into the cold. I'm wet and cold now. But no, definitely, that's cool. Do you do a little bit of traveling?
Yeah, actually, my last trip was with my family. We went to Washington, D.C.
Washington!
Yeah, because so what happened was my grandma had officially got her citizenship. She's been in America, for quite a while, so we applied. She got it. She's really excited. So as part of her birthday present / happy citizenship present, we went to Washington, D.C. to kind of check out the history and everything. We went to, my favorite part was the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, where they make all the money. And I was just soaking it in and
one day.
seeing how it's printed. I took a little magnet. I got a wallet that's $100 bill. Keep that money energy with me. But it just that really opened my eyes because it just showed you money at the day is just paper, but it's so valuable. Everybody wants a piece. But
of course.
It just comes you just see it being made, and I was like, wow, it's kind of just puts your life in perspective. So that was our latest trip, and of course we did all the touristy things. It was really cold there too. I'm more a fan of tropical vacations. Our last one was in Hawaii with my family, and that was my most favorite one. Just the water, the people, the nature. I love nature. That's why I also love Austin so much too.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of both.
Yes.
You know, it's got the nature, the atmosphere of like if you want to float the river or like be out in the nature, and then it's also got the city.
Yes.
Where if you want to go like business style, a little bit of a New York, Cali vibe mixed into one city.
Yeah.
And obviously surrounded by great food left and right.
Yeah.
Food trucks all around Austin. I don't think I could ever really want to move Texas or Austin, let alone that. It's just home.
Yeah.
You know?
And I would say I call Texas home because it was the first state that I came to.
Right.
Because I'm like military brat. My dad was in the Army 20 years. He's retired later.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Daddy.
What branch?
Army.
Army,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
20 years retired.
20 years?
Yeah, so I do thank the Army, too, for bringing me to America.
Mm.
If it wasn't, my dad going to the Army. And
that's another way.
Yes. And then with that, it's like we lived in Thailand for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I actually like left the nest and kind of like, make that leap of faith. And I actually didn't want to go. Like my grandma was like, oh, you should go for at least a quarter, like, a semester. You should go just to check it out. But I was like, no, what about this boy? Like, she was like, it's okay, I'll bring you.
There's plenty of them. There's 7 billion in the world.
She said, I'll bring you to him. Like, just go. And she did. Like, literally, she made it happen. Like, my grandma's the best. Like, because everybody loved her. She was like, hey, like, what if he comes out to Thailand? Yeah. And then when he did came, I was like, oh, I don't know why I liked you. Like, you're so cool.
That's the, after a few years, you see somebody that either improve it. It's a 50-50 shot for sure.
Yeah. But then after Thailand, we went to, we got stationed in Texas, but it was Killeen, Texas.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm like thinking America. I'm thinking like, skyscrapers, buildings, like, Los Angeles, right, New York, and then we come to Killeen, Texas, and it was like,
nope, you're out in the movies.
And I was thinking, like, man, they lied to me on those movies. Well, of course, after we started traveling, but it was just a funny experience. But I think it was perfect because I didn't feel too overwhelmed by the city, because we started learning how to drive around that time and gaining my independence. So I think it was the perfect kind of starting point for me, and then. Now I love Austin so much because it's like
it's home. It's you set yourself up for a place for a long period of time. You consider it home, and it's harder to leave, knowing that you've made memories and history in this town.
Yeah. So I'm a Texas girl, so I say
all the way. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I have to tell you. So when I did a voice trip back in 2022, I think it was 2022. Mm-hmm. No, I think it was 2021. Either way, in between. And I went to California, and immediately we got spotted out. They were like, you guys aren't from around here. And we were like, what are you talking about?
How did they know?
So I came up to the bartender. I asked him, like, hey, do you guys have Dos Equis? They looked at me crazy, like, who?
They don't have Dos Equis?
What is that? Apparently in Long Beach, California, they don't have Dos Equis. I searched high and low for Dos Equis. Wow. They don't have Dos Equis. Long Beach, you're beautiful, but you don't have good beer. I mean, so I guess
get your game straight.
Yeah, exactly. Get your game on. Come on now, up it up. They had Corona, and that was like their top Corona, and I think Modelo. Those were like their top two. Which Modelo is like my second tier beverage. But I guess when we're upset, our Southern comes out a little bit.
Really?
So I didn't know that my Southern came out for a moment. I was like
accent-wise?
Accent-wise, okay. Yeah. And a lot of people who've been in Texas for a long time, regardless, you're going to have an accent because that's just our slang. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, damn, that's terrible. I was hoping to get a good beer. And so I didn't know my Southern came out a little bit. I was like, y'all don't have anything else good? And I didn't know I was talking like that for a moment. Normally, this is how I'll talk but when I'm pissed off, my Southern comes out a little bit, and then I'm ticked off. This is some bullshit. It'll come slinging out. Yeah. And obviously, when you're under the influence too, it really comes out. Mm-hmm. So the bartender's like, "You're not from around here, are you?" I was like, "How could you tell?" I was like, "Well, for starters, we don't wear that in California." Second off, my dumbass, I wore all red in Long Beach. It's like I asked myself to get shot, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And
Like a walking target.
exactly, I'm a walking target. And two, because I said y'all and because of the accent. And I'm like, well, fuck, we've been made. We got to get out of here, you know?
Been spotted.
So, yeah, we've been spotted. We can't go to this bar anymore. So. But, yeah, no. And then it was weird not seeing a Whataburger, Bluebell, an H-E-B, you know, just anything that I'm accustomed to in Texas was not in California. I was like, we got to get out of here. What's the point of being here? We don't have what we need. Yeah. So, you know. But, I mean, it's still beautiful. There are some very interesting spots in California. Moving there? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You're too expensive. When you bring the gas prices from $6 back to, like, I don't know, our prices, because we're like at $3 right now, we're going back down to $2. I'm even then, the laws are a little too crazy in California. Getting sidetracked about you. I have some more questions for you.
Okay.
Let me just pop them out because, you know, I have so many. So, if you could do a song collab with any artist in the world, who would it be and why?
Do they have to be living or I can say both?
You know what? Give us a living and give us a one that's currently no longer with us.
I would say living wise. Well, it has to be two. Like I would say, this is such a hard question because there's so many that
it is. Yeah.
I feel like it would be an honor to work with Nicki Minaj because she has been such a big influence in my life,
and she could switch it to a positive, song too. That's what I like about Nicki Minaj as well. Is like she can do a positive song. Like Starships was actually pretty good.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love Starships.
Yeah, exactly. So
wow. I would say even Beyonce too. Like I can sing too, so I've always loved that aspect of me, like, you know, singing and, you know, singing Halo by Beyonce, you know, all of that. So
two Texas stars, absolutely.
Yes, that'll be dope. I would say dead. It will have to be like one of the greats, like either Tupac or Biggie. Like for sure. I would have a hard time choosing between the two, but you know, I feel like if I had the chance, that would have been amazing.
I agree.
And like, I don't know, part of me is like still on that journey of being like a better like a lyricist. So, you know, I would feel like I would let them like take
with
the
lead. OGs, absolutely.
Yes, like lead the way, and then maybe
come in as a feature for sure. I agree. Honestly, if I was a rapper, for me, I'd probably say I'd do living wise. I'd love to do a song with J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
I love J. Cole. I don't care about the beef. J. Cole is definitely a humble artist. Very amazing with his lyrics, and he just he's very creative with his art
and very meaningful. Like all his
very
music
meaningful.
is
Yeah,
like
all his
so
songs.
deep.
Yeah.
My favorite one is Love Yours.
Love Yours is great.
Yeah.
My top two is Fold Clothes for You and Wet Dreams. That one was.
Oh yes, the classic.
Yeah, that's a classic. You can never beat Wet Dreams. Yeah. That was solid. Ted, let's see. If I had to do a rap song with someone who's no longer with us, I'd have to do it with. I feel like I'd do like a kind of like not hip hop, but like a pop song with like I'd do it with Michael.
Oh my gosh, Michael Jackson! I would definitely
do it with Michael Jackson.
Wow, he's the king.
I feel like he could throw.
And you got the crown to go with it.
Oh, so absolutely!
You go like Granton.
Yeah, exactly.
Sir.
Yeah,
your crown has arrived.
I could do a little hip hop, like old school hip hop, like 80s, 90s hip hop vibe.
Do a little moonwalk.
Exactly. I used to be able to do the moonwalk back in middle school.
Yeah.
And now I just look like somebody who's marching backwards. And I've had people come up to like, "Are you okay? So do you need assistance? Do you need us to call anybody?" I'm like, no, I'm just moonwalking. That's not moonwalking. So I've struggled for sure. Now, obviously, the least person that you would most likely do a song with.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean though. I don't ever consider an artist the least. That's a hard one because I'm so positive. I don't talk about the shit. I don't focus on it.
it's all good if you
Yeah.
can't think of one. Like, which one are you like? I guess not mainly interested in doing a song with.
Probably like Sexy Red or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh. Like nothing against her as a person, just like her music and like
It's just
everything
not-
that she
yeah.
talks about is like polar opposite of the way I'm trying to go. So
Exactly.
I don't think we would make a good fit, and I don't think she'll deter deter from
Yeah, yeah.
her own style. Which everybody like can have their own style. It's just,
Of course, yeah.
I don't think it will align with my brand.
Yeah, I think I agree. Again, Sexy Red, you do have some very interesting songs, but yeah, I don't think they correspond with the message or the songs that.
Yeah, but she's doing good, so
Yeah, she came up, which is great. But I feel like you could top her.
Yeah. Oh, thank
Easy.
you. Oh my gosh,
Easy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're. I mean, you again where you are right now. You just keep at it, and I guarantee you'll surpass her.
Thank you. And you know what's crazy too? On my last video, I got a lot of like good reviews from like commenters, and they're saying like, "Wow, this is exactly what we need in the female rap community, like something like a classy rapper," because
of course
they see like what's going on currently. So it's like, yes, like this is exactly what we need. Keep it going. Your lyrics are so deep, like. So they were really hyping me up, and of course there's haters because I was giving me haters.
Of course, there's gonna be haters, and you gotta accept that. I even have haters.
Yeah.
And
what's up, haters? Y'all
yeah, what's up, haters? Yeah.
Hey,
what are you doing with your life? Still watching and subscribing.
Oh my God, no, that's so mean. No. I feel like hate in itself is like a form of admiration in a way. It's just fueled with the wrong intentions. Like I feel like if I do look up to a person, I want what they have. Like I look at what they're doing to get there. So I kind of want to learn from like people that I admire. I never want to look at them and be like, oh, like who she thinks she is, because what's the outcome of that? You never learn, you never grow, you just foster hate in your heart. And whenever you foster that, it's like the only person that really gets affected is you, because you carry that emotional poison, you know? So I always, like I said, like positive, keep it going. And even if I do like, run into like, events or things like that, I always like to like learn from my experience and use any negative experience as a positive one. Like, okay, what did I learn from this L? Like, what could have I done better to have a different outcome?
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. No. For me, when it comes to haters coming up, a lot of people told me that not a lot of people would watch the show. Or like, oh, you should. They'll tell me like, hey, they'll give me their opinion, and then I'll be like, well, you may not like it. That might not be your cup of tea. But at the end of the day, there are some people who enjoy the show and will laugh and will, want to listen to me talk because I invite people that have interesting stories and like.
You're very communicative.
Of
like
course,
I really like.
Of course, yeah.
Thank
you so much. And obviously, for some, it's just not their cup of tea. We're sorry, guys. I don't have my own studio. It's my apartment, so I have some douchebag with a motorcycle right now.
That's attention.
That's one of the haters right now. That's one of the haters, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's a sign right there.
That's so funny.
But it's. The haters are gonna hate. At the end of the day, they're still gonna watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so funny too because it's like if like you really don't say you're a hater, but like why do you keep watching? Why are you following? Like why do you stop copying me? It's like, it sounds more like love.
Yeah.
Like,
If anything, I'm still entertaining you. So
exactly.
you're watching and you're entertained clearly because you keep coming back.
Yeah.
So
and it's funny that they say like nobody will watch. Like how would they know? Like
how would you
we
know?
create life every single day. Like
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So how can they detect the future if you never do it?
No.
If you never even post a video, then nobody will watch it.
Better try it than
exactly.
Not, out of 7 billion people in the world, someone's gonna watch it.
Exactly. You just gotta put yourself out there, and that's what I think. People's opinions really stop a lot of people from pursuing their dreams because they think like, oh, well, what if I try this and I failed and people are gonna laugh at me? Like, I think that's just like pointless. Just do your thing.
Do your thing. Do what you love.
Yeah.
I love talking. That's probably one of my strong suits, and I definitely enjoy telling stories. And when I have a group of people who like to drink and tell stories, I got a creation right here.
Yeah.
You know? Just like how you are with music, you are bringing positivity. You're bringing more positivity in rap because there were at one point in time there was a lot of positivity instead of negative.
Lauryn Hill. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
She did her thing, and even what she's talking about, like I kind of want to go that same direction to where it's not just positivity. It's like almost like preaching to people or like teaching people lessons. Like I have a lot of songs that are in the vault right now that are like
just waiting,
but it's like they're more like wanting for people to like live a certain lifestyle or like this one song which I think is going to be a little controversial. It's called Build a Body.
Build a Body. Yeah,
it's a play on Build a Bear. You know how you go to the shop and like build your bear. So Build a Body, it's kind of like a slang I created for people that get plastic surgery. And you know, to each their own, but I want to influence the young girls that are like be insecure and looking at social media and thinking like, oh, like seeing all these edited Photoshop photos and like, oh, like my boobs are not grown in yet, or will I ever get, you know, and then start being insecure and are on the fence of like, should I get that or not? Like I want to affect those people, like to think twice about like, you know, going under the knife. That's with you for life
too, and
and that's not really positive. Like my song, that song is not too positive, but it's speaking facts. Well, you don't.
It's more like a wake up call.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, come on, what are you doing? You know, I agree. Yeah, no, that's great. Now, you play instruments. I witnessed a little bit of piano playing on your Instagram. Aside from piano, which you're very good at, do you do any other instruments?
Yes. So I actually used to play flute in high school. Oh, wow. So I used to play flute and cheer. So I was that girl that would like cheer during the whole like first half of the game. Then come halftime, like I'm over there running with the marching band in my cheer uniform because I didn't have time to change or anything. So I would like stick out like a sore thumb and like try to be perfect and not stick out with any mistakes.
Do a backflip and play the flute.
Exactly. But I guess I'm like a wind instrument girl because the flute has always been like my thing. And then I stopped for like a long time, and recently last year my grandma got me a Yamaha flute for my birthday.
Oh wow.
And like I literally tell you, like the moment I picked it up and like looked at the sheets of like hand placement, finger placements, it just like clicked in me to where I'm like, oh yes, this is B flat, this is A, this is C, and it just like, of course I had to like keep looking just to like refresh my memory, but it just connected like riding a bike. So like once you learn a skill, like you can never lose it.
I think that's more for the strong-minded because I used to play trumpet back in high school.
Really?
In middle school. And I forgot how to read notes like that. I did it for 2 years. Loved the trumpet. I was hoping to go become like a jazz player. And with a red mohawk too.
Wow.
But oh my goodness, I totally forgot. And I kind of want to relearn how to play the trumpet. So if I get back on the horse for trumpet, I'm gonna call you up.
Yes.
We're gonna have to do a song.
Yes, let's do it, and then we can even record our like original sound from our instruments.
I'm down. Oh, absolutely.
Because people can tell, like whenever you create like beats from like electronics versus like you take an actual instrument to the mic and you know play it that way, you just feel like the soul of the instrument so much more. I
agree. Yeah, and I think. I would love to do a song with you.
Yeah. Sure. Oh my gosh. Let's put a note in that.
Oh yeah. We'll put it. We'll definitely pin that.
Pin it.
I gotta find the best trumpet instructor in Austin, Texas, that will teach me quickly. Give me a sec to get a trumpet because I need to get one of those, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah,
sure.
That's awesome though. Wow. I didn't know you were musical.
Oh yeah, I love music. Music is great. Lately, it's been R&B for me. I haven't really. I mean, there are moments where I'll be in the shower or driving, and I'm like, I need to motivate myself to go to work and play a rap song.
Do you like rap along or like sing along?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. I like the old school, like not really necessarily old school, but like stuff from 2014.
Ooh, okay.
I think that was one of the biggest popular eras for rap.
Yeah.
Versus like the music now is just it's
like
just mumble rappers and you know just talking about gang violence and
It's
all
so
that.
old now.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm
like what's new?
This is boring.
Yeah.
It's like eating cereal every single day.
Yeah. You want something to like challenge
Yeah,
your
exactly.
mind.
I want something to challenge my mind,
Make you
and
think.
sometimes I'll go back to like Eminem's old like albums. You know, I'm Slim Shady. It's on the. I was like, yeah, this is what I need.
Yeah,
you know?
that's real music right
Or
there.
like I'll do a little bit of like old school Drake, like From Time.
Oh, okay.
That album was.
Or November 18th.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that one.
November 18th was good. Or Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That was like 2014 vibes.
That was also 2014
Yeah.
vibes. I think the music era was like, it was on fire.
Yeah.
Everything in 2014 was great. It was,
I really also like 2000s music.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Chingy right there.
Nelly, come back.
50 Cent, like all his
50
classics.
Cent was definitely top tier 2000, on top of the world. Missy Elliott, love
oh my
Missy.
gosh, Missy.
I think she was definitely my number one female rapper from back in the day.
For sure.
But nowadays it's just some.
Yeah. Plus, there's so many artists now. It's
There is.
harder to stand out.
It is.
But that's why you have to be so unique to who you are as a
Yeah.
person and not try to fit in with the crowd because then you're just gonna get lost in the sea.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm really confident in being me, even though it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. Somebody wanna get their twerk on, they're not gonna listen to my song. I mean, hey, I might do like a PG version, a club song or something. But
Absolutely.
that you just gotta. Cause so what it is like if you don't stand for something, you don't stand against anything. You're just lukewarm, and like people are gonna hate you regardless. So when you stand for something, that's like when you identify, like you know what, like this is my lane, this is what I'm going for, and people are gonna hate you or love you either way. So why not, be yourself and
be yourself.
Yeah.
Are we refilling, by the way?
Yeah, let's do a
Let's do
third
it.
round. It's so delicious.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm drinking juice.
Oh yeah. At this point, I'm gonna amp it up a little. Ooh.
Chug. Wow, nice.
Come back. Yeah, I'm gonna fill them. I think I was being too generous.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna add just a little bit more bubbles, because the generosity. There we go. I think that's more of a playground right there. But the juice is great for sure.
Now I gotta get some of that juice.
Oh,
from my
yeah.
house.
$2, HEB,
Oh.
and you will be surprised how great it is just by itself. All right, so obviously, normally, third question we would have like a would you rather, but I have so many questions for you. I saved the would you rather for last.
Okay.
This is my last question that I have for you is, if you can only do one thing, that means you'd have to forfeit the other and stick with the one. If you could do one thing for the rest of your life, would you rather rap or dance? Because I know you love to dance. You actually have been doing a lot of dancing too. And you throw that with your performance, which is great. But if you had to forfeit one of them.
I would definitely forfeit dance just because
Wow.
I'm very mental and I would rather use my voice. And the thing with your voice, once you record a song, it will forever be ingrained in the history of time. Even my song from 2019, when I first started rapping, my voice was more girly. But now, as I recorded more songs throughout the year, I see how my voice evolved and how more stronger and more masculine.
Yeah, you got a bit more aggression.
Yeah,
I'm gonna punch you right in the face.
Yeah. So I feel even if I ever try to recreate those songs or if I try to recreate a song, it will never sound the same because you're a different person. So that was a moment in time, frozen on this record, and think about all the OGs like Biggie, Tupac, we still listen to them today.
Of course,
but they're long gone, rest in peace and everything. But I would always choose rap just because I would want to be able to send my message.
Of course.
Yeah. And dancing, I love to dance, but dancing to music is what it is, and it's music is always my number one passion.
Of course.
But actually, talking about dancing, my song "Real," I just released a lyric video. Next, I'm doing a music video, and I hired a choreographer.
Ooh.
Her name is Bobby DeMars. She actually is an instructor at Diva Dance, the dance classes that I go to, and all of 2022 or so, 2023.
Shout out to Diva Dance, by the way.
Yes, Diva Dance, Austin, Texas.
Austin,
you guys
Texas.
are awesome. Oh my
We'll put a
gosh.
link down below for you
Yes,
guys.
yes, and I know the owner too.
Oh,
I took
wow.
some of her classes too.
Oh wow.
Yes, and what's great about it too is if you're a beginner, you can just go there, like learn the moves, and then you perform in front of your friends right then and there. So
Right.
it's like a 1 hour class. But Bobby, like I just remember like always like going to her classes and like really liking her style of choreography that she created.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna ask her to make a song for me. And I just like booked her like hourly, and then we came together and just did our thing. And I would like kind of follow her lead and then throw in a few things like, oh, what if we do this? What if we do this? So like from my head to my toes.
So you are just a full in, and like you come up with some, and like I said, you really can dance, and it's awesome. Because I do one of those dance, I'm breaking something. I guarantee you. I know I'm 26 and I'm still in my my prime.
Yeah.
but
Every day you're in our prime. Feel the love of the divine coming down your spine. A little impromptu.
There you go. And honestly, I can't dance like that. You just got moves.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It comes from my mom. I got it from my mom. Shout out to my mom. Because she steals the show. Like she has this like signature move where she like picks her hair and like does everything, and like she just kills it every time. So I definitely think I got it from my mama, but yeah, I just love to dance, and I'm excited for this choreography to be part of the music video because I was watching a lot of like K-pop music videos because they go all out for the music video.
They do. They'll oh my goodness.
But they will always throw in a choreo. Like every single K-pop music video, there was always gonna be a choreography, and I just want to like take it up a notch, instead of just rapping to the music, which everybody can do. Like I want to show off my.
So you're gonna like
skills.
in your music video, you're gonna like take in and like have background dancers dance with you.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God,
that's what
awesome.
that was my like plan. Is like
Initial,
create a choreo, and then it's gonna be during the chorus and the bridge. So it starts with a verse, which I'll be just rapping to the camera. Then once it gets to the chorus and to the bridge, like we have a choreo already set. And then I'm going back into the rap.
Oh, jeez.
And I already know who my dancers are going to be. And next thing I just need to figure out, like, the location and everything. But I already see it, like, happening. And, like, once we created the dance, it's so cool. Like, I really love the choreography that we created. So I just know, like, this music video is about to be lit. Like, it's going to put me on, baby.
I'm excited. I'm going to the link immediately.
Okay.
Well, for sure, thank you so much, Malika, for coming on to the
Thank
show.
you.
It was a pleasure to have you. If you guys want to go and check out Malika's music, if you please explain us, where can we go to listen?
Yeah, so follow me on Spotify. I'm an official artist. You can look me up, Malika Buz, only one Z. So my last name is Buzobayeva. So, but I was like, you know what? We're just gonna cut it.
Buzz.
Because what you buzzing about, buzzing the town. Let's get it. So Malika Buz, all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, Deezer, like all those ones.
You got it all.
You got it all. Yeah.
Like it. We're gonna put all the TikTok shutting down soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I heard about that.
Our fearless leader, who's primarily focused on TikTok versus the country, it put a full effect ban on TikTok.
When is it starting? When is it?
I have no idea. I haven't really took a look at it. So
that's crazy because I was just about to promote my song on TikTok.
yeah,
I gotta do it today.
yeah.
That was a sign.
Definitely go to her TikTok before everything shut down.
Yes.
Go check it out. We're gonna put every link in the description below. Again, my name is Temi, and thank you for watching.
Real woman, yes I am. Nothing fake, no not a gram. Real soft unless she slips. Yes, I'm like a necklace. Real long and silky hair as it's waving through the air. And as I'm manicured, I'm pouring no acrylic on this joint. Real booty built on squats. Not a medical but shots.